Good morning. So, we are doing some simple cases. We are finding out the moment of inertia of some simple regular bodies about the given axis. So, moment of inertia of a rectangular parallelepiped of edges 2a, 2b, 2c about x-axis. I gave you how to find it, and I told you to work out up to the result. So the result will come out as m by 3 b square plus c square after the integration which I gave you on the last turn. About y-axis, it will be m by 3 c square plus a square. About z-axis, it will be m by 3 a square plus b square. So this is all you can do very easily. Now let me take the next case, which is to find the moment of inertia of a triangular lamina about one side of it. Okay, now let us do this question. First of all, we will draw the figure. It is a triangular lamina. Okay, so ABC is the triangular lamina. We have to find its moment of inertia about an axis BC. This is our question about one side. So we have chosen the side as BC. So what you have to do, make a simple construction. From A, drop a perpendicular. Let N is the foot of the perpendicular, such that AN is the length of the perpendicular P. So this construction, I hope it is clear. Now you can see that when you are finding out the moment of inertia of this triangular lamina, it is consisted of number of elementary strips placed close to each other. One such strip will be here, another strip will be here. So one strip you can consider at a distance x of width delta x. This is what we can do, because we have to find the moment of inertia of this whole triangular lamina about BC. So we have divided this lamina into number of elementary strips. We will find out first of all the weight of the lamina. Weight of the lamina is given as capital M. So with the help of finding out the weight of the lamina, we will find out the density of the lamina, and then we will find out the moment of inertia of this elementary strip about this side, and then we will integrate the result to get the complete moment of inertia of the triangular lamina. By now, I hope the procedure is clear to all of you. So, you can observe that this triangle APQ and the triangle ABC, these are two similar triangles, isn't it? So, what does it mean? It means that x divided by P is equal to PQ divided by BC, and BC is ultimately equivalent to small a. Okay. So from this equation, we can find out the length of this strip. Now, the mass of this strip, mass of the strip will be density times area of the strip. You know, this is in 2 dimension. So we have to consider the area. In one dimension, we have to consider simply the length. In 3 dimension, we have to consider the volume. Okay. So here the area will be length into breadth into density. That will be the mass of the strip. Now we are interested in finding out the total mass of the lamina. So total mass of the lamina, it will be this mass, and you have many such laminas. So it will vary from, x varies from 0, this is the origin we are taking. So 0 to small p, 0 to an. And what is an? That is p. So 0 to p, rho ax divided by p delta x, that will give you the total mass. And by calculating the total mass, you can calculate the density. This total mass is coming as, it is coming as rho AP divided by 2. So cross multiplication will give you the density as 2m divided by AP. Is that clear? So this is the first thing we will be doing in all the questions of moment of inertia. First we will calculate the density in terms of mass of the given body. Now next, the moment of inertia about BC is required. So first of all, we will find out the moment of inertia of this strip about BC. So what it will be? It will be rho ax divided by p delta x. You know, this term stands for the mass. Mass into perpendicular distance square. Now the perpendicular distance square is this, because we have to measure the perpendicular distance from the axis about which moment of inertia is required. So this will be the length, and this length becomes, total length is p, this is x, so this much becomes p minus x. Okay. So mass into perpendicular distance square integrated within the limits 0 to p will give you the required result. You have already obtained the density. Density is 2m divided by AP. So you can substitute here, and then you can integrate within the limits 0 to p. I am not doing the integral. It is so simple, very, very simple. Okay. So complete this, and the result you will find will be mp square divided by 6. So this is the next case I wanted to consider. Now one more, that is 5, that is to find the moment of inertia of an elliptic disc, that is again a body in 2D. This is the fifth case, to find the moment of inertia of an elliptic disc Now this elliptic disc, it will have major axis and minor axis, and we will find out its moment of inertia about x-axis and then about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to it. So elliptic disc whose semi-major and minor axes are of length A and B and mass M. So the first case about x-axis. Now what is x-axis? Let us draw the figure. This is the elliptic lamina. Okay, this is your origin, x-axis, y-axis. So we want to find the moment of inertia of this elliptic lamina about 2x, whose semi-major axis is A, semi-minor axis is B. Of course, there can be number of methods. One method is either take a small element dx dy and do the double integration, but I found that the method which I am going to do is simpler. That is, we will consider again the elementary strip. So we will consider this elementary strip, okay, at a distance y of width delta y. So this strip is PQ, and you can observe that this elliptic lamina is made up of number of such strips placed close to each other. One strip will be here, one strip will be here, one strip will be here, and so on. So by varying these strips, we can get the moment of inertia. So the procedure again is simple. To find the moment of inertia, first of all, we will consider the mass of the strip PQ. What it will be? It will be length into breadth, okay, and density. So density is rho, length is, this point is xy, so this much is x, so length is 2x, and breadth y, delta dy. So we are finding out the mass of the elementary strip. So area 2x dy and then multiplied by density, and y varies from minus b to plus b. So is it a simple integral? No. You know that equation to the ellipse is x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. This is the ellipse. So the integral is with respect to y. So we have to convert this x in y. Very simple. So from here, x square by a square will be 1 minus y square by b square. So the value of x will be plus minus a under root of 1 minus y square by b square. Of course, I think it is clear. Now, as far as the mass is concerned, we will consider the positive sign only because mass is positive. So, it will become 2 rho, 2 rho can be taken outside, minus b to plus b, and then x, that is again a under root 1 minus y square by b square, and then dy. Now this integral you can do it how? 2a rho and make a substitution. What is the substitution here? Substitution will be x is equal to a cos phi, y is a sin phi. You know this will satisfy this equation as well. So you can always take a point on the circumference of a ellipse as a cos phi, b sin phi. So here you will put b sin phi. So minus b to b, and then under root 1 minus b square sin square phi divided by b square, and this whole thing multiplied by dy. Okay, so what is this? This is 2a rho, and then this can be written as 2, 0 to b, and then 1 by b, no, not 1 by b, because it will be b square minus b square sin square phi divided by b square, so b will cancel. So under root of 1 minus sin square phi, that is cos square phi, so you will get cos phi dy. Now what happens to dy? This is y, so dy will be b cos phi d phi. And what is going to limit? This is no more 0 to b. It will become minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Why? You know the fact why. Okay. So this is the first thing we did. First of all, we found the total mass of this elliptic lamina. Total mass of this elliptic lamina will give us the density of this elliptic lamina, and then we will find out the moment of inertia of this strip and then the complete elliptic lamina. Now let us work out this. It will be equivalent to, and will be equivalent to 4a rho, and then again 2, 0 to pi by 2, no, this we have already written 2, so no more 2, 0 to pi by 2, minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 without this 2, because we have taken minus b to b and then 2 times 0 to b. So we are taking 2 times 0 to pi by 2, and then b can also be taken outside, cos square phi d phi. Now this integral, is very simple. Why? Because you can apply gamma function to calculate this integral. What is that? 4ab rho, and this is gamma m plus 1 by 2, gamma n plus 1 by 2. It will not come because there is no power of sine, and then 2 gamma m plus n plus 2 by 2. So this is 4ab rho 1 by 2 root pi divided by 2. That's all. So this is 2 2s are 4, and again this 2 cancels with this. So it will be one more root pi. So it will be pi a b rho. And of course this is a very simple result. The mass of a elliptic lamina whose semi-major and semi-minor axis is given is pi ab, is the area of the elliptic lamina, and rho is the density. So this implies that rho is m divided by pi ab. Why I am calculating this density? For a small number of figures, for well-known figures, density or mass relationship is known to all of you because you know the areas. But you will get many more questions where you won't be able to get the areas directly. So in that case you have to calculate the area, you have to calculate the density, and that is why you should know how to calculate the density. Okay. Now the last part, that is moment of inertia. Moment of inertia will be this much, that is for mass, and then multiplied by perpendicular distance square. So what is the perpendicular distance square here? We are taking the moment of inertia about OX. So perpendicular distance is nothing but y. So it will be y square. Okay. Now the same thing, moment of inertia about OX. It will be like this. Now we want to find the moment of inertia about OX. Now we have to integrate this, and again the very simple way to integrate it, it is like this. X is a cos phi, y is b sin phi. So here you will substitute 2 rho a 2 and then under root 1 minus b square sin square phi. So sin square phi, and then y square, that is b square sin square phi, and then dy means y is b sin phi. So dy is b cos phi d phi. So this multiplied by b cos phi d phi. I have made simple substitution, and this is from minus pi by 2, 0 to pi by 2. Actually the limit is coming as minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. But when you multiply by 2, you will get 0 to pi by 2. So finally, we have obtained the moment of inertia. Only integration which we have to do now with the help of gamma function. Gamma function plays an important role. So it will be equivalent to 2 rho A, and then again 2, and then B square and B. So it will be B cube, and this is 1 minus sin square phi, this is cos square phi, and it is in under root, so it will be cos phi. So you will be getting sin square phi, cos square phi, d phi 0 to pi by 2. I hope this is clear. Under root 1 minus sin square phi, this will be under root cos square phi. So when you take out the root, you will get cos phi. So you will get cos phi into cos phi, and then b square sin square phi, because you have y square. So this will be equivalent to 4 b cube a rho, and then gamma function, gamma n plus 1 by 2, gamma n plus 1 by 2 divided by 2 gamma m plus n plus 2 by 2. So 2 plus 2 4 plus 2 6 by 2. So that will be 4 a b cube rho, and then 1 by 2 root pi and 1 by 2 root pi. So you will be getting 1 by 4 pi. Okay, divided by 2 and then 3, that means again 2. So it is m a square b square, sorry, divided by 4. By putting the value of density, we get the result mb square by 4. So this is the moment of inertia about x-axis. Similarly, we can get the moment of inertia about y-axis. It will be ma square by 4, and moment of inertia about an axis passing through O and perpendicular to it, that is about an axis passing through O and perpendicular to it. Okay, so what it will be? It will be m by 4 a square plus b square. How to find it? How to find it? The moment of inertia about this axis perpendicular to the plane of the elliptic lamina. So it will be m by 4 a square plus b square. So that's all for today. Now next time we will be taking the moment of inertias of some circular bodies in 1 dimension, 2 dimension and then 3 dimension. So that's all for today. Thank you very much.